where the fuses are.
Yes. Okay. Never have to change them. You just call me. All right. So there's a couple of on and off switches on here.
Okay.
First on and off switch is on the table. Left side lower green button.
Okay.
Up is on. That makes the table go up and down.
Where do you press it?
It's right over here.
Okay.
Pretty much periodically, or whoever uses it routinely should focus the reticles to their own eyes, okay? Because everybody's different.
Okay.
So you do that with the focusing rod. Slide that right in here.
Okay.
Turn your machine on here. Control your light switch here. And go to full width for light on the beam. And you look through just like this, the way you would normally look through it. And one eye at a time, you focus that until you see the grains perfectly clear. And for me, that is perfectly clear.
Okay. Should this beam just be kept in here the whole time, so we don't lose it? I mean, I guarantee.
You should keep it near. No, you should keep it. Somebody should keep it nearby.
But do they have to focus for every single?
No, most people don't ever do it. I'm just showing you in case somebody says, "I looked through and it's blurry."
Got
so
it.
you can tell.
So you do it once and it fits for everybody.
No, it's really for people that are fully corrected. So if everybody's wearing glasses and has good vision, then yes. If somebody should have their glasses on and they don't, and they try to look through it, they might see blurry, and that's when they would have to use this.
Okay.
So there you go, focusing rod.
And you put the gray part
Yep,
forward.
it's grainy. You can see the grain on it. Yep.
Got it. So we'll figure out where we're going to keep this here.
Okay.
That's
And
fine.
you can always call us back for more. So.
Okay.
All right, so to unlock the machine here, to control the amount of light on my hand, you can see it. That's lower, that's higher. And this is the biggest question I get. People call me and they go, the light doesn't come on.
Okay.
And I say, check that knob on the right, make
So
sure it's all the way to the
it's
right.
all the way up, okay.
It's a rheostat.
Okay.
And you should always start off low light instead of real highlight, because if you start off highlight, people are going to immediately close their eyes. You're not
Got
going
it.
to get it.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. So we'll have our patient
Okay.
come forward and stick his chin in the bar.
All right. And no
I'll-
paper needs to be here, right?
I have paper for you too.
Oh, okay. But you said last time that you could just.
I don't use it, but I
Got
just
it.
wipe it off
With alcohol after.
Yep.
Okay.
Or peroxide, preferably.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have somebody set their chin in this thing, you want to make sure he's relatively straight. So sit back 1 second. Raise it up to him. You come forward. Chin down, forehead forward, both eyes wide open. You want to look from this end and make sure that the carbuncle of his eye is lined up right about there when you're neutral. Okay? They will always ask you to go lower or higher. It's straight and comfortable, and so I'm straight and comfortable. We don't have an up and down chair, so I'm not comfortable. But and anyway, you're going to go in. Keep looking straight ahead. And you just examine the eye. You can change the mag setting here. I start off on a small mag and I use the slit light to look at the eye. And if I say, oh, I want to see the whole area, I would open the beam of light like this with this knob or this knob. They're both the same on each side. And if I wanted to put fluorescein in his eye, I would change the blue filter up here. Changes to blue cobalt filter. That's a big deal in an emergency room. They're going to use that more than anything. And then you can hone in on it. And you can magnify it from either side. The objective viewer can look through here.
Okay.
That's a learner scope, right?
This is the learner scope, yeah, and you can adjust it so if they're standing over there, they can look from that direction.
How did you do that again? Did you see that, Lori?
You lift the sleeve up, gently turn it, and it locks in place.
Gotcha. Is there anything else they need to do on this end here to?
There, I mean, there's
Focus.
like focus and stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Anything on the back end here?
Nope.
Nope, nothing.
That just sits up there. This is where they focus.
Okay, got it.
So and you can have them stand behind you. That's typically where you're going to
Where people want to see. Okay, got it.
And then you just kind of look at it. Conjunctiva, cornea, anterior chamber, iris, pupil, lids, and margin, and lashes all look well within normal limits. You're going to live for another day.
Thank you. All right.
That's it. So rheostat, most important part. That's the control the brightness of the light.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then if they want to know how do I go wide or slit beam, which is why it's called a slit lamp, because in ophthalmology we look at everything with a slit. And if they want the dot smaller,
It's that little button there.
this one right here changes the size of the dot. Pretty much wide open and blue is all they're really going to use. Okay?
What is this little knob on the top?
This is a knob for changing filters up on top. This dims it a little bit. This puts in a green filter when it's on white. And green filter is an important thing if they're looking at somebody with a book. They can't figure out why their eye's red. It's not a contact lens. They didn't get hit. And they want to know if it's something called uveitis.
Yeah.
You can look with the green light and you'll only see the red cells, not the white cells.
Interesting.
It wipes them out so you can see that it's uveitis or glaucoma or hyphema or any of those sort of things.
This button here on the or
This
switch
is a filter for photography, which you're not really going to be using.
Gotcha.
So it just kind of dims it a little bit for photography.
And this cord here too.
That's the cord for the light, which this has an LED bulb in it. You should never have to change this bulb. That's what they say. 30 years this thing should last.
Wow.
It should outlast the machine.
Is that a USB port right underneath?
Yeah, that is the USB port in case you ever want to add digital.
Got
We
it.
could put a digital camera back on this and send it right into a.
Gotcha. And what did you just do with this?
This is called a diffuser lens, and if you'll come back in here again, a lot of times, like doctors, especially in the ER, under blue light, will want a better view of the whole area. So you flip up the diffuser, and you can see the whole area much better. If you can look from here, you can see how it spreads the light
Yes,
out.
I can,
It diffuses it a little bit. So this is with diffuser down, and this is with diffuser up. So if they're doing a Seidel's test, or if they want to see if there's a leak in the cornea, they would put in the fluorescein, put up the diffuser, depress the top of the eye a little bit, and you would see the fluorescein drip out of the eye. You would see it mix with the aqueous fluid and drip out. So it's called a Seidel's test.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm sure these guys all know
Right,
that
for
stuff.
sure.
These are
Anything else on these little knobs
just
here too?
locks, and to make them stiffer.
Okay.
I like to keep things a little bit loose.
Okay.
This is a tilt for photography, which very rarely is ever used.
Okay.
This is to change it if we ever put a tonometer on it and we need to adjust the tonometer, but you don't need to do that
Okay.
because most ERs do not put a top mount tonometer on. You guys probably use a tonal pen, yeah?
Right. Let's talk videotape real quick. Let's talk about maintenance.
All right.
Yearly PM, whatever you plan to do. If there's troubleshooting, let's do a little troubleshooting.
All right.
PMing, cleaning, things of that nature.
Cleaning should be done with a very mild solution. Sporicidin is fine. Any kind of a bacterial cleaner is good, but then you want to wipe it off because leave a film on there.
Alcohol pads.
Alcohol is probably not the best thing to use.
Okay.
I like to use peroxide.
Okay.
And then again wipe off the film, and that way
Here
you
and here, points of contact. Okay.
Yep. And if the only complaint I've ever had from people doing that is over a period of years, this thing will start to wear the paint off. But I have factory paint. I can come back in and touch her up. These things, if they ever get destroyed, we can replace them. They're like $25, but it'll outlast the machine unless somebody grabs hold of it and stands up on it.
Okay.
Maintenance. There's really not much maintenance to do. You can take this mirror out every now and then, very carefully. Just with a very soft cloth, wipe it off. That's it.
Okay.
Even if it gets dust on it, it won't affect the view.
Gotcha.
That goes back down into there.
And for emergency calls, like there's issues with this machine.
If there's an issue with
We
the
just call you
machine,
guys.
it's part of the promise that because we're local. I have one of these as a loaner. If you ever have an emergency breakdown, and I
Okay.
understand when your slit lamp breaks down, it is an emergency. We get out here within 24 hours max,
Okay.
usually a lot less.
Got it.
But within 24 hours, I'll get out here with a loaner, take it out of here, fix it, bring it back, warranty, repair,
Gotcha.
whatever parts,
Fantastic.
But the nice thing about that is, this machine isn't going to break on you.
Gotcha. And
I
what
told
is-
you when it's not going to break.
Yeah, what is this
This
for?
is for adding the digital.
and this
This is
just
for
pop.
all the other controls,
Controls,
all the
okay.
power light controls.
Got it.
Yep, so it's just basically left.
And what is this thing
alright?
here?
This is a light for people to look at.
Huh?
When you're sitting there, you can tell them to look here at this little light. That's what that's for.
What do you mean to look at the light?
Like, look at this
He's
light
just telling
instead of
them
looking
to
straight
follow
ahead.
the
Yeah,
light.
nobody uses it, but you just tell them to look. Well, there may not even be a light in there.
Like, explain to me, like, so if I'm
Like
here.
you would here. Let me raise it back up.
Okay.
Here,
Yeah, just because they're gonna ask, and I don't want to.
It's okay. Nobody
for
ever
sure.
uses it. But like if say I want you to, you're like looking over here at me, and I say no, look here, look at this thing.
Oh, I
Both-
see.
both
Like
eyes
you're
open.
directing.
And then I can say, look
Directing.
up this way or look down this way.
Oh, I see. So it's just like a point of
It's a
reference.
fixation device.
Okay,
is what they
gotcha,
would call
fixation
it.
device,
Again, a lot of times we remove them.
Don't even use it. Okay.
Nobody ever uses them.
Great.
So
So
Very,
this
very
the
simple.
use and frequency of this is very. It's very.
I would like to
infrequent, or-
teach that. I teach that to people who are serious about doing exams like this. Typically, in an emergency room, it's about patching things together.
Right.
So, They just want to see it. As long as they're seeing it clearly and nobody
Right.
complains, you don't have to worry about this.
Gotcha.
But if you show each user how to do that, look at it's like we get called out when we sell retina cameras. They go, "Oh, I see something in the camera, but the picture is completely
Yeah, can I
different."
just try that myself,
Yeah.
just so I can
Here,
tell
I'll
them
mess
what
it
I'm
up.
looking? Okay. So I put the learner thing right in here.
Nope.
Oh, the top comes off. I got it. So here, and I turn it on. Right. Oh, it's on already. Okay.
Cable's on.
Okay.
It's on.
So,
You look through one eye at a time.
okay. And what am I looking for now?
Can you see it?
Yes.
Is the light on it? You got to turn the light on.
Oh.
Turn
Oh,
this
the,
on.
oh, that's the light. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And you can do it in blue, but I always
Okay,
recommend
yeah,
white.
white. Okay, go ahead.
And you just look at those grains on there,
Okay.
and you would turn this reticle until they become clear.
This one here? Oh yeah, there it is. It's clear.
You'll see it nice and clear. It's real easy.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Really
I
clear.
tell people do
Yeah,
it that
so-
way rather than like a lot of ophthalmology people will go, "Oh, I'm a -3, so I'll just put it on -3."
Oh, okay, gotcha.
These numbers are never accurate.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you just keep her on, if you
Yeah.
look up here right now,
Uh-huh.
they're on 0. No, up here. If you look up here, I got them set
Right.
to 0.
Okay.
And that should be for most corrected people.
Okay.
If they have good correction in their glasses or they don't wear glasses, blah, 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 they should be just fine with that.
Gotcha.
If they need to focus in a little bit. It's better to do it on this than on a patient's eye because what you're focusing on may actually be the problem.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's, this is the most underused item in
Okay.
ophthalmology.
Well, we'll keep this in our office
Yeah.
so nobody loses it. Right, Lori? Okay.
And if they don't like the learner scope on this side, we can switch it over to this side.
Oh, I see what you mean. You can take that
Yeah, the-
attach.
the
It's
cap
just an
comes out.
attachment.
It's just an attachment, right? This
Did
is
I
a
do this
beam, so
correctly?
this is on it and off it. I'm sorry, I forgot to show you that. That's beam splitter on and beam splitter off, I believe. Let me look through there.
Did I do this correctly?
Yeah, that's fine. It just sits there.
Okay.
Yeah, that closes the beam. All right,
Okay.
This is open, but you can leave it open all the time. And that's the if you say I don't want you to look anymore, and you can close it.
What is this instrument called again?
It's a focusing rod.
Focusing rod. Okay, great. We'll keep this in Lori's desk under lock
And
and
then always
key.
make sure you turn her off.
Turn it off. Okay. And then turn off the green button too.
You can. I leave that one
You
on
can leave
just
that one on?
because
So
it
that's
confuses
the main
people.
gotcha. That'll
It's
burn
just-
out the
yeah.
bulb faster, right?
Nope, this bulb will not burn out.
Okay, great.
This
Okay.
is not one of your old ones.
But this is just for the table. That light right there is for the table,
correct.
right?
That controls the power up and down. Too.
Right. Okay. So, and then the power for this
I see
is right there.
On, off,
Got it.
and you can hold your hand there and go on. You can control the amount of light here.
Mhm.
I always like to start it out almost off.
Got it.
So,
and then slowly, gradually.
For
build
now,
up to it.
in the beginning, people turn on and go, "This thing's broken," because they're not used to this rheostat.
Got it. Okay.
They used to be down here
Got it.
on your old one. I think
Gotcha.
it was.
Okay, great. What does this thing do right here? This.
This is so you can adjust it this way if you want, but you'll never have to do that.
So you
That's
just
if
leave
we
it.
put
and
a
this
special
little whatever. What is this thing supposed
that
to be?
adjusts it for photography.
Oh, for
For
photography.
different
Got it.
kinds
Okay.
of photography. That's all advanced stuff.
Gotcha.
And then-
Realistically, it's here and here is what you're
correct.
talking about.
This is up. This is down. And I always like to teach people the proper way to use a slit lamp. You have a patient sitting there. You always hold the joystick back, line up, go in, then make your fine adjustments as you're looking at the eye,
Mhm.
rather than go like this at people. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Right.
always, whenever I teach ophthalmology, photography, I always teach them, grab the joystick all the way back, go in, and everything in the ophthalmology is right eye, pull away, go around their nose, back into the left eye, up, down, whatever you need. You got all your, that way if you do it that way, you have full motion control
Mm-hmm.
minutely,
Got
rather
it.
than being like this and having to go
Okay.
like that.
I see. So as you're going in, your joystick is pulled back.
Correct. And
Yeah.
whenever you're done, it should be neutralized back, locked in place, and she's secure. And
Got
so
it.
when a person sits down to it, they're going to flick it on, unlock it, have their patient sit there, make sure everybody's nice and comfortable, come over to the study eye or the injured eye or the right eye, do your quick little exam, pull away, go back over to the other eye, bing, bang, boom, same thing. Also, if you have somebody looking through this while you move it, be aware. Many eye injuries from these things.
Got it.
Somebody will be, some doctor will be sitting there going, duh, and they'll just move it.
Whoop up!
Yeah,
Right,
I've
give 'em
seen,
a-
a lot of, I've
Okay,
seen
okay.
a lot of people get
Got
hurt,
it,
so it should
got
be
it.
neutralized in the up
Gotcha.
position.
Let me see that lever still.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty. You get just a monocular view of whatever
Got
you
it.
see.
But the main thing is just like, hey, do you see what I see?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Got it. Okay. It's perfect.
It's a
So,
great machine.
anything else? I think we're good.
I think that's good.
Oh, thanks, Lori.
If you're
Thank you.
good.
Yeah, I'm good.
How about, do you guys have like regular stools for these? Like
Oh yeah,
up and
yeah, yeah.
down
We got
stools?
regular